All right, family, we got to get into the madness that was going on the floor where this ref named Tyler was trying to take the game away from Caitlin Clark out there, man. Caitlin Clark calling him out. Caitlin Clark going against the coach on the other side. It got wild, man. We got a lot to break down. Hit that like, hit that hype, hit the noti bell so you know when I drop and hit the sub button. I highly appreciate it. And let's get it. All right, we got to start right here with Caitlin Clark calling out the ref right away, man. Check this.
The entire game abruptly changes as the whistle reverberates around the arena. Referee Tyler confronts Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation who has already broken attendance records and made the WNBA a must-watch show. For a hard foul, no. Not for a furious argument with a rival. The man with the whistle is being called out by Caitlin Clark. She is criticizing the coach of the Connecticut Sun additionally. She is performing it in real time as cameras are rolling in front of a sold-out audience. It wasn't your typical basketball scene on that floor. Caitlin Clark was up against the system. While Tyler, the referee, entered the game like a third team wearing stripes, Caitlin Clark refused to remain mute. Something broke as Caitlin Clark chased down a lost ball, played through uncalled contact, and spent 4 quarters watching the coach of the Sun chirp from the sidelines. Not the poise of Caitlin Clark. The poise of all those in attendance. Because this is the reality that no one wants to publicly express. A referee attempted to deny Caitlin Clark the game. Caitlin Clark responded, "Not tonight." First, there was a technical foul. Caitlin Clark acknowledged that she was deserving of it. Then, however, came the incomprehensible call. Caitlin Clark described the delay of game infraction as absurd. Tyler was giving the Connecticut Sun free points as soon as the ball left Caitlin Clark's foot and the scorer's table. Glancing at him, Caitlin Clark expressed what everyone was thinking. "No one came to visit you." Referee Tyler controlled the pace of a high-stakes playoff match between Caitlin Clark and the Connecticut Sun, but no one paid $200 for a lower bowl seat. The narrative becomes more complex at this point. All season long, Caitlin Clark has been targeted. Every rookie faces challenges, but Caitlin Clark is unique. The weight of a billion-dollar broadcast agreement, the eyes of viewers who never watched women's basketball before, and the resentment of opponents who feel Caitlin Clark swept into their league and ruined everything overnight. The coach of the Connecticut Sun was aware of that. Throughout the entire game, he jawed, chirped, and stood on the sidelines, running his mouth at Caitlin Clark.
Nobody came to see you, Otis. Ref trying to look like the superstar here, man. What's going on? Now, also, Caitlin Clark had to come at the coach. Said he was chirping all night. Chirping. Hold on. Look at this, man. So you got Caitlin right there, look, shushing him. Giving him the shush. Oh, my goodness. Look. he like, hey, man, take her up. Look.
The silence reverberated throughout the league. Caitlin Clark put her finger to her lips as she turned to face the bench of the Connecticut Sun silent. Keep quiet. It was more than just Caitlin Clark commemorating a significant achievement. That was Caitlin Clark assuring a whole franchise that she wouldn't be broken by their gamesmanship. The coach of the Sun called for a technical right away. Watch the video of Caitlin Clark shushing him, turning to go, and then shushing him once more. Caitlin Clark then turned to face the sidelines and uttered the words that will always be associated with this game. All effing game, he was running his mouth. I said, bye-bye. This moment has far-reaching long-term effects that go well beyond a single regular season game. Now, Caitlin Clark has set a precedent. Officials won't frighten her. Opposing coaches will not quiet her. She will also undoubtedly criticize what she perceives to be biased officiating. This indicates that the Indiana Fever's franchise cornerstone has a titanium spine. Every referee in the league is now aware that Caitlin Clark is observing and will be speaking. It's not just the logo range threes and no-look pocket passes that set Caitlin Clark apart from all the players who came before her. It's psychological warfare. While everyone else is playing checkers, Caitlin Clark is playing chess. Caitlin Clark made adjustments when referee Tyler began to swallow his whistle on blatant violations. She no longer anticipated calls. She began looking for contact. Additionally, Caitlin Clark took advantage of the Connecticut Sun coach's constant chirping. This is fascinating psychology. This pressure would be too much for most beginners to handle. A hostile atmosphere, a referee who appears to have a personal stake in the outcome of the game, and an experienced coach who knows just what buttons to press. However, since she broke scoring records at Iowa as a youngster, Caitlin Clark has faced hatred. People have told Caitlin Clark that she plays incorrectly, that her game doesn't transmit, that she talks too much, and that she celebrates too much. With all of that, Caitlin Clark made 2 appearances in the national championship game. Now contrast this with earlier WNBA eras. A rookie guard who called out a referee 10 years ago would have been penalized, benched, and called tough. Caitlin Clark lives in a different world than the league, which defended its veteran hierarchies and officials. More people watch Caitlin Clark's performances than some NBA games. Caitlin Clark has the power to express her opinions. Music. Caitlin Clark witnessed referee Tyler interfering in a game that was not his. This screen is set by Brianna. Additionally, it wasn't even set. Take a look at this. Boom. And renders Caitlin unconscious. We will now enter a slow mode. Don't even be concerned about it. All I want is for everyone to see the entire thing. I'm not sure if Stephanie White was attempting to inquire. Do you need a timeout? Are you all right? Like, I'm not sure. However, Caitlin stands up. She's doing fine. And look, Tyler and Caitlin are currently having that conversation here. Correct. She says, Caitlin. You will witness him remark. That's enough. Observe his mouth. Check out. See the play. Caitlin Clark is put on a moving screen by Brittany Griner. Wider than shoulder width apart, the legs continue to slide and are never rest. Caitlin Clark is thrown to the ground. After observing the play, referee Tyler turns to face Caitlin Clark and declares, Enough. Enough. Sufficient for what? Is it time for Caitlin Clark to make the right call? Are you sick of Caitlin Clark making authorities answerable? Enough. That one word said it all. The game was not being officiated by Tyler. Caitlin Clark was under Tyler's management. It is impossible to overestimate the physical toll this game took on Caitlin Clark. She made contact on every drive, chased loose balls, ran off screens, and maintained her pace even after losing her legs. Late in the fourth quarter, Caitlin Clark climbs up for a wide-open three-pointer and hits the front rim, which is a clear indication that her legs are exhausted. Despite this, Caitlin Clark continued to play, defend, and demand the ball. That isn't athleticism. Will is that. When a referee tries to deny Caitlin Clark a game, this is what's at risk. The Indiana Fever are creating something genuine. Aaliyah Boston has a post presence. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell have a backcourt that can compete with any in the league, and the supporting cast is finally learning how to capitalize on Caitlin Clark's gravity. However, if the officials determine that Caitlin Clark does not get the same whistle as everyone else, then none of that counts. However, you can see that the referee was attempting to deny them the game. Remember, when he did it, the game was tight. After taking that technical, they were down 2 after ultimately losing by 3. Man, it might have wrecked the game. Bravo to the Indiana Fever for a job well done. In the game, Sophie, Caitlin, and the man came in big. In the game, Mo is a major. Man, Lexi Brown is a major in the game. Tell me what you think of the information in the video. I adore all of you. Keep things going smoothly, everyone. When Tyler entered the game, it was close. The technical reduced the Fever's deficit to 2 points after they were behind by 3. The Indiana Fever prevailed despite the possibility that the entire game may have been turned upside down by a single poor call or selfish choice. Music. Caitlin Clark performed it. It was hauled out by Sophie Cunningham. After accomplishing something no rookie had done in years, Caitlin Clark left the floor when the final buzzer sounded. Despite shushing the other coach and staring down the referee, she managed to win. The forecasts for the future are obvious. The way Caitlin Clark is officiated will not change. She will be respected by certain referees. Some, like Tyler, will allow their emotions to color their decisions. Caitlin Clark, however, is a talker. She can't stop shushing the noise and gesturing at the sidelines. The league will ultimately have to make a decision. Do they defend their most valued player or their officials? The solution will be clear if Caitlin Clark continues to win.